Alright guys, so it had been quite a while since I was trying to make JSON work with the AVR, and whenever we go and just check for JSON AVR, the first link which you get is from the microchip, and they have done quite a good job in making the JSON for the PIC and the AVR controllers. But I was looking for something a bit more because they have these examples. So where like I have the main, then I have the another object, and then I even wanted something with an array. So this was something which I couldn't find with this code which they have given, and yet it was working good on the AVR. Like I was testing it on the Atmel Studio, but then I went back to I don't know JSON, of course, and then I found out, like, let's open the official GitHub for this. So yeah, so I, while reading about things on the Arduino JSON, I figured out that these guys have tested it on so many platforms. And then I was reading the issues, the forums, and then I figured out that this is not really just Arduino independent, but this can be used on a lot of places. And the author was Mr. Benoit is really great. Like he immediately replied because I tried my level best to make it work on AVR. I hardly had just one example over here, and then he was like, okay, this is just a single library thing, and you just have to add the header only, and then that is what you'll do. So still I didn't find any documentation or a video made online, so I thought, just why not do something for the community. Perhaps starting off with, let's start with what all things we need. I'll start with the Microchip Studio first. All right, so I already have some libraries pre-made, that is for the UART and all. But anyways, we'll start with the new project, and here is a fun part. So basically the Arduino JSON library which is made is, it needs a C++ compiler. So no more the .c. So I'll, that can be fixed later on. Anyhow, we'll give it the name, maybe JSON. This is what I can call it, and then I'll go ahead and make a new folder. So yeah, this works, and make sure that it is a C++ executable project, and then we'll click on OK. And right now I'm using Atmega 2560. Yeah, it's Arduino Mega, no doubt, but I am working with it on the AVR. Okay, so once this is done, we'll minimize this for now, and then we'll go back to the Arduino JSON. We'll go under the release. Okay, release, and then the latest one is the 6.18.5. Under the assets, we should have this file. Okay, so if I click on it, it should get downloaded, I guess. So I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so it's asking me to download. So I already have it downloaded, so I won't be redoing the stuff. I'll minimize this now, and let's go back to this. Over here, to keep things neat, I'll add a new folder, and let's just call it as JSON. Okay, and then we'll right click and we'll add existing item. So we'll go to the item which the header file which is downloaded, which is this Arduino JSON file. I'll click on it. Okay, so now at this point we have the header file, which is this, and what we're gonna do next is we'll go ahead, click on the JSON tutorial, whatever the file name is, or we can just right click here and click on the properties, and we should have something like this. We'll make it as all configurations, and we'll go to tool chains, and here under the AVR GNU C++ compiler, we're gonna go under the directories and we'll add it. So we need to tell our compiler, like, this is the path, this is the library. I'm gonna click the dots, and we'll go under the JSON tutorial. This is the folder which we made, and that's all. That this is the path of the folder which we wanna give it, and we'll click OK. That's it. Okay. Once this is done, I will click on save. That's all. And going back over here, if I include it, it just gives me the suggestion already. And if I compile it, then I should not have any errors. So yeah, one succeeded, zero skipped. So that's it. That is where at this point you have your JSON installed in your AVRC plus plus again. So we'll just quickly add in our code, and I'm gonna keep it really straightforward. So we'll create a static JSON document. We'll give the size of 200. This is the same example which is there on the GitHub repository. If you like, I'll just quickly show it. So if you go under the examples, and then JSON generator example can work, and then this is what I'll be doing. So maybe I'll just straight up copy this. This is what I want to copy. Yeah, copy this. We'll go ahead and then we'll paste it. Okay, so now of course, like, we need to make it work with UART. So I'm gonna add a buffer here. I'm gonna call it print data, and we'll give the size as 100, or maybe 200 will also do, but I'll stick with 100 at this very moment. And then we'll even add, I need to add my UART because I didn't do that. So use that, and then right click again, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add existing item. So I have already done this before, so I'm gonna just grab the UART files which I have and add it. Again, the same thing, right click, properties. I need to go ahead and give the path for this, for the UART thingy. This is a basic thing, honestly speaking, but even I faced a bit of an issue when I was trying to do things. So I thought, like, okay, just make a quick tutorial and then maybe the newbies can work with it. So again, include, and then this time I need UART.h. So let's compile, and I should have few warnings. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore them right now. So before I even start with the JSON, I'll add few things for the UART. That is, just I'll define the baud rate, and then because I'm using the mega, so my library supports the different ports. So you can use any UART library you get online, or maybe I'll just put the code, because I have also taken this from yet another GitHub user. I'll post it in the video description. So I have used it for my purpose. I have done the naming according to my needs. And one small thing what I've added is, which should be somewhere here, I have done the extern for the C. This is what you should do if you are using the C++, very simple technique. And we'll go ahead, and of course, because my library has interrupts, it works on interrupt, the UART. So I'm gonna add the interrupt thing as well. Over here, I'll initialize my UART. So one more small thing I'm gonna do, because I have not defined the fCPU. This is what I like to do. So I'll go ahead back into the properties, and then under the symbols, I'll add it fCPU. Okay, so that helps again, and you'll have the fCPU value over here somewhere. So yeah, you have it. I have even mentioned it over here. So anything works. Now I'll enable the global interrupts. All right. And then finally, I personally like to uh, print that, okay, it just started. So this is the first thing my device gonna print. Then finally, we gonna uh, serialize JSON over here. So we're gonna serialize JSON. Now it's asking for the source, that's gonna be doc. Then it's gonna ask me for the array, so that's gonna be print data. And then finally we have to give the size, so that's gonna be print data again. So that's how I like to. Then again we'll put the user string you are debug, and then it's a bit of typecasting. Then we'll print the data, and then again we'll go ahead with the UI debug, again some typecasting, and then we'll add the character return a new line. That's it. Okay, so that's all, and the while's gonna stay empty at this moment. Let's see, we should have no errors ideally. So these are the warnings which I'm gonna ignore for now. So okay, so no more warnings. Now I already have my board connected, so I'm gonna grab my this. You can use anything. I'm using this. You can even use the AVR dudes if you want. That is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I'm comfortable with. So JSON tutorial, we need the hex file. It would be under the debug. So we have the hex. We'll open it. At the same time, I have the terminal. I use HTerm. It's free and I like it. It shows a lot of things. I have the mega connected already. I'll connect it so nothing's printed over here, and then I'll grab it, and then let's program it. There you go. You straight up have the answer over here. System ready, and then the sensor, GPS, time, data. We have all the things which we just made. So yeah, it's that easy and that simple to use the Arduino JSON in your AVR projects, and it works. So yeah, thank you so much.